All right. The name is Delman doing the review for the new 38 Spesh. The name of the album is called Mother and Gun. This review is done on behalf of Old Heads Network. Like I said it before in a review I did a few weeks ago, the joint that he has with Graf and 38 Spesh have an album together called God's Timing. And I did the review and I said 38 Spesh has been putting in a lot of work. He puts out a lot of material. He's consistently putting out new projects. And he has a lot of projects he's put out since 2007. I didn't even know he had this many projects. And I didn't become aware of him until like 2019, 2020. And I believe the first project I heard him on, he did an album with Shay Noir called Juno. I think he did all the production on that joint. But this guy has like 18 solo projects he's put out since 2007. I mean, he has like years where he's put out 3 different projects in 1 year. That's like not out of the norm for him. And he has like 17 collaboration projects where he did with other folks, whether he was rapping or producing or doing both. He raps and produces. And he's done projects with Benny the Butcher. He's done several projects with Benny the Butcher. He did a project with Coogee Rap called The Son of Coogee Rap, which I never heard before. I didn't hear a lot of these projects. I gotta be honest with you. I gotta go back and hear that joint he did with Coogee Rap, because that's interesting to me. He has a few projects with Flea Lord. He got projects with Shay Noir, like I mentioned. He has a project with Planet Asia. He has a project with Conway the Machine, which I have with Special Machinery. The joint they dropped together last year, I have that joint. And he has a few projects with Graf. And I just assumed 38 Spesh was from Buffalo because he works so heavily with the Griselda clique, the Griselda crew. He's always featured on one of their albums. They doing projects together. I just assumed he was in Buffalo, but he's actually from Rochester, New York, which found a little surprising. I just assumed he was from Buffalo. And I'm going to get into some of the standout songs on this album. I'm not going to go into detail with each one. It was only 3 songs I really didn't care for. He actually has a joint. Well, I'm going to say this. The first standout joint I would say is Sacrifice, produced by Street Runners. That's pretty good. He has another joint called Had It Coming, featuring Havoc from Mobb Deep, or formerly from Mobb Deep, and Lloyd Banks. And Havoc is actually rapping on this joint. And that's produced by a guy named Jimmy Dukes. Never heard of him. Got another song called Burn Marks, produced by LT Beats. Never heard of him. He has another song called Special Methods, which features Method Man. Another feature from Method Man where he kills it. And I think he has a video for this joint. I haven't seen it, but I believe he has a video for this song. And he has another song called Only You, featuring, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Clash Murder, I believe. That's his name, produced by LT Beats. Then he has another song called Underestimated. I believe that's the name of the song, featuring Benny the Butcher and Shay Noir, which is produced by Rain 910. And there's only 10 songs total on the joint. And the last 2 songs are very strong. It ends on a very high note. And this album, I would say, is more personal. I think he deals with a lot of things from his past. He speaks on a lot of things in his past. It's more of an introspective joint where, with the street tales, it still has that street bravado that he's accustomed to doing. So he's still himself. He's still what his fans are accustomed to, but he adds a little more depth to it. and he gets a little more personal than he normally does, should I say. And I would give this album a B minus. You know, the 3 songs that I don't care for, they're not bad, they're not whack, but I would be skipping those. And I think it's a very solid project. It's a solid project. And I think you should check it out. Subscribe and like. Like it even if you don't like the review I'm doing. And I'm out, and that's it.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.